Hey everybody, my name is Johan Lewis, and before we get into this video, I just want to tell you guys a couple facts about myself. So, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I'm a current sophomore at Xavier University, and also I'm a former athlete. I love football. I played it my entire life. I wish I could play it in college, but unfortunately my school doesn't have a team, and that's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. Now, enough of that. I'm 19, and recently I just got my life insurance license. Now, a lot of you might be asking, hey, why did you get your license so early? The reason why I did this is because I believe it's a way toward financial freedom. That's my goal in life as of now. Now, I believe this can happen in 5 years, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. Now, the second reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make sure my parents are well off. My parents, they've worked really hard just to get to where we're at today. We've all gone through private schools, private universities. It's tough. We're not rich or anything, middle class. And just really making sure that I can be able to give back to them just as they've given to us. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a former athlete. And with this life insurance license, I know there's ways to help athletes, which is why I created my brand, which is called Protect the Name. So basically what we do is, help young athletes protect their money, because as younger athletes get popular, they tend to get NIL attention, NIL deals, all type of things like that. And our goal is to make sure, they don't use that money, spend that money quickly. And, from that money, if they don't play the NFL, they're able to build generational wealth just from those NIL funds, depending on how much they get. Now, next, we want to help build their brand. Now, as a college athlete, it's very important to build your brand and get your name out there. Just by getting your name out there, you're able to get more NIL deals. Lastly is to leave a legacy. Whether they continue to keep, going on playing in the NFL or not, it's still important to leave their legacy. Whether, if they're good on the field or, if they're good off the field. It matters if you're good on the field and off the field, but it matters that you're better off the field more. If that makes sense. Now, I know earlier I said it's for athletes, but, it's not just for athletes. It's for those who want to, build financial wealth for their family, for themselves, things like that. Or if they want to, learn mindset tips, things like that, you name it. Now, I want to bring to light why it's important to leave a legacy behind. Now, it doesn't have to be in sports, it can be anything. Now, I'm going to use Kobe Bryant as an example on why it's important to leave your legacy behind. Now, with Kobe, yeah, he was good at basketball, but most of the time what I notice is that a lot of people don't tend to talk about how good he was at basketball. People always tend to talk about, his work ethic, behind the scenes, how much work he puts in. After we're going as people, that's what people are gonna want, or that's what you're gonna want people to talk about you. Another person, for example, the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His legacy is left behind. And, that's what I plan to do. Leave my legacy behind for everybody else behind me. My siblings, friends, family, doesn't matter who. And, lastly, before we end off this video, it doesn't matter what you do, who you are, how tall you are, how short you are, how fat you are, how skinny you are. It doesn't matter. The main thing is, leave your legacy behind. It doesn't matter how many things you do. To leave a legacy, you don't have to do a lot of things. Just a little bit of things. I'm sorry, y'all, about that. But yeah, like I was saying, it doesn't matter. You don't gotta do a lot of things to leave a legacy behind. Just like Martin Luther King Jr. Those things he did during the Civil Rights Movement, he left a legacy. Now, he didn't do 100 things. I just want you to remember that to leave a legacy, you don't have to leave a lot behind. Now, lastly, before we end off the video, you guys, I just want you to make sure to follow the Instagram. I'll link it down below in the description. Also, along with our brand TikTok, Protect the Name. I'll also link that too. And yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, and if you guys have any other video ideas, drop them in the comments. Things you guys want help with, questions, I'm here to ask. But yeah, see you guys later. Peace.